WAB 91.7 FM. And I love me some police officers in Holly Hill. Y'all know that. I have a special heart for police officers and first responders. And so we're doing our monthly What's Going On in Holly Hill. Introduce yourself and tell us what we're talking about today.
This is Chief Byron Williams, Holly Hill Police Department, and we're going to be talking about a host of different things from events and into some very interesting and important subjects surrounding our country today. So
I love the pink badge. That is too cute.
Absolutely.
I think that's really...
Actually, they just came in today. So.
Did they? Well, that's very spiffy.
Absolutely.
I like it. And, last month I got so many responses about what we talked about with fraud. Yeah, because, we have all had it happen to us. I don't care if you want to admit it or not. We all have had fraud happen to us in one way, shape, or form.
Absolutely.
And that he was very enlightening. We need him back in here again, I guess, because that's what he does for a living. But, you get those texts every day, and we want to touch them.
Mm-hmm. The emails like
right, but we want to,
yeah.
And it's very sad. And I know I'm old, but older people that do click on it and become a victim very quickly,
very easily.
Yeah, I probably got 15 calls about that.
Yeah, I got an email yesterday. They made it so inviting.
Pull your mic a little bit closer to you, buddy.
They made it so inviting to want to click on it, but it's like, okay, you're not giving me any specific information as far as what that is. So no, I'm not clicking on it.
I know, but it's really hard. We got something yesterday, and my husband's going, "What is this?" And then I did the first thing you're supposed to do: look at the email all the way out, and there was definitely one extra letter.
Absolutely.
And so I was like, "Nope, it's fake." So tell us about the events. I know we had a change up.
Yes, unfortunately, we had to change our annual National Night Out event because of pending weather. So we wanted to be on the safe side, so we postponed it and moved it to next month, which would be November the 10th. At the same time, which was 5:30 to 8.
And I think it was better because the weather was crazy, and there was a lot of, we do it right here in the city in the grass,
yes.
And there's a lot of mushy grass.
Yes.
And then the mosquitoes have a party.
Absolutely. So we had different concerns that we wanted to make sure everybody be able to enjoy it and have a good time, not feel they have to rush and things like that. So we just thought it best to just move it to next month.
Especially in Florida, at 5 minutes later, it's pouring down rain.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And how was your golf tournament?
It was rained out as well.
Okay. I know. I did not know that one. I did not see that information.
Unfortunately, the weather just has not been on our side this year with our events. So that we postponed it once, and then we just felt we just had to totally cancel it because the golf course didn't have any more spots for us, any more availability.
Because then everybody else is canceling too and trying to move, and it's a nightmare.
Absolutely. So we had to cancel that until next year. So we refunded the monies to those organizations and individuals that paid, and for those that just wanted to donate it, they just donated the money to our
and usually
cause.
There's good people that do that.
Absolutely. It was a lot of great participants and sponsors, so we look forward to seeing them next year. Absolutely.
Now, do you guys have something going on with the city for Halloween? Because I wasn't sure. I haven't seen anything.
We have not put anything out, but there are some vendors that have requested that we participate in their events.
Okay.
So we will be participating in some of the trunk or treat events throughout the city. I will be out there as well, so we just...
I love seeing y'all on it.
Yeah, we have to be out there.
I mean, we had our big barbecue here, and I loved it that some of your finest came and ate lunch with us. No, it was just special. It was funny because we had this one guy here, and I said, "Oh, no. Now you're in big trouble." And he loved it. He just went right with it, But it's just nice that it shows that it's not because the police are here there's a problem.
Yeah.
It's just a nice thing to show up and show that we're part of the community.
One thing I've been taught over the years is we need to do a better job of humanizing the badge.
I think so, too.
And that's what one of my biggest focus has been since I've took the post here in Holly Hill, to make sure people understand that it's not just you see us showing up when there's something bad happening, taking someone to jail, but just to hang out and just enjoy our community.
Well, they knew there was good barbecue.
They knew it. Yeah, that too.
Food helps.
Absolutely.
But no, I think that's important. And I think it's important for the next generation to see that, the children, because, children hear their parents saying stuff and then they cop that attitude. And I think if we show them that it's a good thing, it's not always a bad thing, that it's important for them then to not be afraid of the situation either.
absolutely. They need to feel comfortable enough they can walk up to a police officer or a police woman and just start having a conversation with them and enjoy the company and not be in fear and scared of maybe being taken to jail or something they've been already predisposed to already in the childhood. So we want to make sure that relationship is open. And
now, I also saw you did a cute little video, like a drive along with a police officer or whatever. Is that something you're going to start doing?
Yes, that's something we've started, and we started that initiative last month.
Yep,
So
I love it.
every month you will see a new video coming out of a new officer. And
Oh, you know what I loved about it? He was one of the ones that came, and I had never met him.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, so
that was
kinda
Officer
cool.
Walker.
Yeah, it was kind of cool that I had seen him before he got here.
Absolutely.
And that makes you feel like, again, that they're personable.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to do a drive on. How do you get to do a drive with the person?
Well, we do have forms that you can residents can fill out, and they can ride with the police officer. We call them ride along forms.
Really?
And yes, and they just fill out the form. We do a quick background check.
Oh, no.
And,
No, just kidding. I'll pass.
and then you're allowed to either ride in the daytime, night, or whatever your schedule allows you to do. You can come ride with the
But
police
what
officer.
happens if something crazy's happening? Do you,
Well, there are
do you let
instructions.
us out on the side of the road?
You have to stay in the car. I think we do issue a vest to you just in case, but you have to stay in the car when there's something going on outside that obviously have to get out and engage. So we ask them to stay in the car with us.
So it's the best way to watch.
No, they make them all. Technology has so advanced and improved now. They are light as a feather in some vests. Some of them are very heavy, but a lot of them are very light now.
Okay, because my grandson's is really heavy.
Yeah, they make them pretty light now.
Okay, because this is like the first time I had to help him carry it. I was like, well, this is like wearing those weighted vests to get exercise.
Absolutely.
How neat. So you just applied to where to do that?
We have a form at the front desk at the police department. Just come down to the front desk and ask them for a ride-along form. And our clerks, they'll give you the form to fill out. And just a couple of days, we'll give you a call, let you know if you've been approved.
Can you guarantee excitement?
That's something we cannot guarantee.
Oh, darn.
But sometimes we do want that, so because we want the residents to see exactly what the officer have to deal with on a nightly basis. 1 minute you can be slow, just having a conversation, eating a sandwich, to the next minute you're having to throw that sandwich down and take off to a call. So we want them to experience that so they get the chance to walk in an officer's shoes for them.
No, I would love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just think
we welcome it.
Well, recently there was a thing in the town here that you could win a SWAT team thing. It was they donate. It was for a fundraiser for kids' food. So it was amazing fundraising, and you got to be on the SWAT team. Okay, as part of it. It went for thousands of dollars because I'm thinking, what an experience that would be. But I thought, what a cool way to raffle off something because, most of us don't know that you can do it right on long. And how cool is that? And then to be on the SWAT team was even cooler, you know what I'm saying? But then I thought, could you imagine? What if it was something really hairy? And then you're like, can I get out here? He won't let us out, right?
Yeah. Well, there have been some that had gotten out of the car. Before they, because it was a gun calls or something very dangerous, they said, hey, get out of the car here. But
how fun though! I love that you can do things like that.
Yes.
I do. People don't realize the things that you can do and the things that you do in the community. That's why it's so important to do these.
Absolutely. One thing we're not going to do is put you in harm's danger. So if it's something where it's definitely going to be very dangerous, we would not let that individual come.
Oh, I'm sure.
Close to the scene.
I know that.
But it is a great experience, and we do welcome all our community to come and
now you're not
take
going to
part
put
in
us in the back seat or anything.
No,
right?
we don't. No, only the one that broken the law goes in the back seat.
Okay, because that back seat is
it can
small.
be tight. It can be tight.
It is small.
I like to say it's not built for comfort.
Totally not comfort. I would have to sit in it sideways with my legs straight because I have long legs. And I saw something where they were putting somebody in the car and they were like real tall too, and they said you might want to sit.
Yeah, and that's what heavier set individuals or tall individuals, we make them just sit down and slide in the seat.
Yeah.
And keep their legs laying in the seat.
Because it's not any room in there, but it's because of all the technology you carry and stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff we carry in that car. So that's our mobile office.
Well, it's like back in the day, I don't know how you did it, but now there's a computer and everything in there, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
How cool is it? Do I get to touch any buttons if I do a ride along?
Well, yeah, they can let you touch a button to turn on the sirens. And
Okay, I want to book that. Okay, now we know what I want to do. Well, the other day they were moving a semi here, and I got to push the button to help. And I videotaped it, of course. And I was so excited. My husband's like, "You touched a button to move the thing." I said, "But I was a very important part of the move."
There you go.
If I wouldn't have been there for the button, would have it really moved?
There you go.
We
there
don't
you go.
know. So what else is going on with you? Or do you
So
want
a
to
couple
get to
more
questions?
events that we got going on.
Okay.
We talked about is our monthly events. We have our Sadie Defense class.
So it's back on?
It's back on for November the 5th.
Best class ever I've
Absolutely.
taken.
And obviously our neighborhood watch meeting is back on November the 6th, that following day. So
And who's here for November 6th? Do you know yet?
we have not decided on the speaker yet, but we're still working on that currently.
Very educational when you
Yes.
go to those.
Absolutely.
So
We wish more residents to get involved and then come out and participate. You do get a lot of information. You get the crime stats and things of that nature, and you do get to hear different speakers come and talk about the community itself,
I've
whether
been
it be
to a
from
couple, and it's very interesting.
political or actual constructive stuff that's going on in the community.
Yeah, no, I did enjoy going to that. And like I said, the self-defense class, if you come out of there learning one thing, and the one thing I learned, which I just can't wait to use one day. Well, I don't want to use it, but can't wait. Is how somebody my size can take down somebody big with your
Absolutely.
legs, wrapping your leg.
Absolutely.
I never, ever thought about that.
Yep, very simple.
I know, but like, you don't know that until you go to the
Yeah.
class. So the class is well worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. It is worth it. It is free. So, you can't beat that.
No, so like, it's for women. Right?
Absolutely, yes.
It's only women. And I'm involved in so many women's groups. And actually, one of my women's group, the whole group came.
Yes, I remember.
And so that was very nice. And so, ladies, get a couple friends together and make it a fun night.
And we also hosted for our moms and teens. So moms and their daughters, we do host a special class, Sadie class for them as well.
When is that one?
That one has not been determined again, but we've done several this year.
See, I
thus
would
far.
like to do that with my granddaughters.
Yes.
They're teenagers.
Yes.
And I would love to do that with my granddaughters because, it's a crazy world out there.
It's a crazy world, and it does not hurt for everybody to learn some type of defensive measures.
Especially like we were talking about last month, coming out of a football game. My granddaughter's a cheerleader,
Yes.
and you're walking to the car.
Yes.
If you knew that cool leg move, you could take that person down right there in the parking lot. Well, but if you don't know the leg move, I feel confident enough just by learning that. I think I could do it.
Yeah. Well, good for you.
But
That's good to
and
know.
I appreciate that from the
That's
class.
good to
Now
know.
I don't know if I could punch them in their throats and do the other things that they taught us, but I do really feel that would be just an instant thing my body would do. Do you follow
Really?
what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, once you do it enough, it's like an instinct, a reflex.
Right.
We would say, when things happen. But it's something you have to keep doing. You can't just take one class and then forget about it for the next 2 years, and then something happened to you. You're expected to remember those specific moves.
Right.
It's something that you have to continue to think about and practice. So we asked, it's okay for you to continually come to these
I
different
came
meetings.
twice now so far
Yes,
because
to keep coming. Yeah.
I think once every 6 months or even once a year to come back and refresh because also the instructors changed.
Yes.
And so we had some guy that I think he was a wrestler. I really do. In my heart, I believe that he was a wrestler. I don't know why he acted like he wasn't, but I think he was. And one of my friends took him down. And I was like, oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I was too intimidated to actually say I could do it because I'm thinking, well, the person that ever jumps me, I have rules. You can only be.
If that doesn't instill confidence that this individual took down this big guy, and I know exactly what you're talking
Right.
about. He's a great supporter of our
He is.
initiative. He's
Such a
a
kind
local.
man.
He's a business, not a business owner, but he's part of a business here in the city. So I wouldn't put his name. I don't know if you want his name out there on radio, but he's a great.
I hope
asset.
he's there more often, really.
Yes, he normally attends all our events. He's
Okay.
one of our main instructors. So.
Okay, because just that and my friend that took him down, she's not much bigger than me or bigger than me. And I'm thinking, and I wanted to videotape it just because I thought she was going to be embarrassed, but she wasn't. She did it so good. And you should have seen her, what it did for her stance.
Yeah.
It changed everything.
Absolutely, and that's what it is. There to build confidence in our young ladies to make them feel that they can do something, they can defend themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need a man to rely on to defend. We are teaching you tactics that you can use, and you don't need a man to help you do that.
No, it was great. And you need to pre-register for that, of course.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
anything else over there before we get to our questions?
We still have our Police Explorer program up and running. We're still accepting applications from our young kids, girls, and guys here in the community if they want to be a part of a great organization, we've reinstituted our Police Explorer program.
And what is Police Explorer, in case people don't know?
It is a program designed to help our younger individuals who are aspiring to be law enforcement officers, or who may not, they just want to be a part of the program to do the cool stuff as law enforcement. You get to attend classes within the agency, do different trainings as far as what police actually do, traffic stops, building clearance, all this fun stuff, K9 demonstrations. They get to experience all
K9's
that.
So cool.
And they also get to do ride-alongs. That's something that a lot of agencies don't do, but that's something I initiated here, that we are allowing our explorers to actually do ride-alongs.
And what is the age group for that?
It goes from, I believe the age is 10 to 18.
Awesome. That is a great program.
Yes.
And that is an eye-opener, too, to see if that is something you want to explore. I bet you get some that totally want to, and then you probably get some that want to after they explore.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of our police officers have come from the Explorer program throughout the
How neat
country.
is
Yeah.
that?
Absolutely. So it's a building ground. And you get to see a lot of different intricacies of how the law enforcement world works, and a lot of the explorers, they enjoy it when they go there. So
I've really enjoyed going to the once-a-year program that we went to, where you guys are all recognized. That is one of my
the Crime Stoppers
yes,
Bakery. Yes,
that has to be one of my favorite events I get to go to all year, because I get to see and hear, who was involved with that case or whatever. And it's really interesting to see, because I have no clue that that's the person involved. And then you see this woman go up there, or this whole team that took down narcotics or whatever it was. And it's just a great organization,
Yes.
Crime Stoppers, and amazing.
And we're looking at our police department here. We have revamped our awards ceremony, so we're doing an end of the year awards program.
Okay.
Where we're going to be recognizing officers of the year, life-saving awards, but we're also going to be recognizing different businesses in our community that have been wonderful partners with the police department over the year, and also just individuals in general, citizens that have done something spectacular with the support of our police department.
I love that.
So we're going to be hosting that in January, and we're going to be inviting a lot of the community out to come support us.
I love that, because, I love that you want to get everybody involved.
Absolutely.
Because it's so important to be involved. I know I stretch myself then going to so many things, but I think about now when I'm out and about and I see somebody and I've seen you out in normal clothes, and I know that, hey, if something happens, we're good. We are good people, don't worry. But and it's funny, because I do recognize, like I said, the different officers out normal now compared to before.
Good.
I didn't recognize them as much.
Absolutely.
So,
That's the whole point.
Yes, and I do love that cute video now. I can't wait to see who's on video this month with your little drive around.
You're going to love it.
And the big thing I saw in Daytona, I think it was, they did that 6-7 thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, you've got to go look for it.
Yeah.
It was about the night out thing, okay?
Oh, really?
And they did this whole 6-7, and all the kids are doing that 6-7 thing.
Yeah.
I don't get it, okay?
I asked my daughter and son about it, and
There's no real explanation to it.
yeah,
Okay.
that's what they say. It's no explanation.
Right, but they all do it, okay? So my granddaughter does that to me. She'll go like that, and I'll go, oh, so I saw the video, and I was cool. I was cool for about 30 seconds because I saw that video. So you'll have to go look at that.
Okay.
It was for the night out thing. I think in Ormond is
Okay.
who did it, yeah. So what else is going on? Do you get ready for the big question of the day?
The big question of the day.
Okay, well, we had so many responses, like I said, about the fraud thing, that we probably should do that again before the holidays, because, holidays are coming, and
We
that's
do
when
expect fraud to pick up during the holiday
Yes,
season.
so I would love to do that again.
Okay.
But, we had a ruling recently, and I don't know if it's a real ruling, so you can help me clear this up, about carrying openly now in the state of Florida. And it is so confusing. I think, why are we doing this? Why don't we keep our concealed permit thing? So help a girl out and help the community understand a little, as much as you can.
So was there a specific question to that?
Well, they wanted to know, how do we know where we just can have it on our side, I guess?
Well, it is open carry, so you can carry
And can you
your
carry anything?
firearm anywhere in public.
Okay.
When it comes to private property, that is a whole different subject, where they have the right to say whether they want you to carry a firearm on their property or not.
Okay, so as a private property, like I know I'm a private property, so is a grocery store considered a private property, or?
Yes.
Okay, see
That can be, but at the same time, it can be public.
I know. So see, that's the confusing part about it,
Yes.
because I allow it here at WAPN, and I've allowed it because they always told me, if you are a business, even though I'm a Christian business, because churches aren't allowed.
Yeah.
Okay. but because I'm an owner of it, I was allowed to say yes.
Yeah.
Okay. But now it's confusing because one grocery store will say yes, one grocery store will say no.
And typically, they do have that
Okay.
that understanding where they can make that determination. And it depends on the manager. This is a political hot topic in some aspects, so a lot of the businesses don't really want to get wrapped up and involved in the politics. So they just say they go ahead and allow it, but you have some that understand their rights and know that they don't have to allow it, and their customers feel uncomfortable when they see an individual
See, and
walking
that's
with
what
guns
I think it
on.
is too. It is intimidating.
So it's up to the actual business owner to determine if they want that on the property. But as far as public opening, walking down the sidewalk, you can do that all day long, open carry, rifles, handguns, whatever you want.
So a rifle. I can be walking down the road with a rifle and nobody's going to be aware.
No one is going to stop you. No one is going to try to get your information, tell you to put it up. Nope, it's open carry. Now, the confusing thing about open carry is the loophole in the statute that is confusing not only law enforcement but also attorneys as well. Where as far as where can you carry when it comes to government buildings, and that is the confusing thing right now. Some agencies, I believe all the agencies in Volusia County have elected to open carry in government building and commission. Well, when I say government buildings, I'm meaning commission meetings.
Okay.
There's only a couple agencies.
So, like, if I was walking into the city of Holly Hill today to pay my water bill, I would be allowed to have open carry.
Yes.
Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay. Because before you couldn't.
Yes,
Okay.
correct. But the law is where it comes blurry, where it says that as far as going into commission meetings, the law was saying when it was concealed carry at the time, no open carry, you could not go into a commission meeting with a concealed firearm.
Yes, I understood that.
But now that open carry is legal, concealed carry law is kind of like out the window.
Right.
So it's going back and forth between legal attorneys and law enforcement. Some are taking. There's something else going to be coming down the pipe. What we're doing now, we're waiting on the legislature to get back in session in January to make a decision on this to close a lot of the loopholes that we have concerns about.
Okay.
So in the event right now, several agencies are taking a safe way and just saying we're going to allow it altogether. But you have some agencies and organizations that saying, okay, we're still going to enforce the way we feel that it needs to be enforced.
It's very hard right now because I have a concealed weapon permit, and I have no problem admitting that. I think I should always have it. I feel like I should always renew it. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, I know this is probably everybody out there going to say something, but I feel like I was fingerprinted. I was made sure I was allowed to have that. I didn't have any mental illness or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I went the right steps to be able to do that.
Yep, you went through training. They showed you firearm safety, how to hold it, how to carry it.
Yes. Things
of that. And that card basically telling others that this person has pretty much been certified in a way.
Yes.
They can handle it responsibly.
Yes. And I feel like that doing this open carry thing has taken that away from anybody can just do it. And that rifle thing really bothers me. I'm not going to tell you it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
A normal little gun, and I know they both can hurt you and kill you, okay, so I'm not stupid. But I just feel like if I walked into a store and there's some guy got a big rifle next to me, I'm going to just like have to get out of that store really quick.
And that's the thing. Some people are going to feel uncomfortable about it. And, I mean, Texas has been open carrying for years.
I know.
And what has happened is the citizens there, they've gotten used to it. And I think this is the same incident we're in right now.
We just have to get used to it.
We're going to have to, it's eventually going to have to get used to it. And once that happens, I think people will start feeling a little bit more comfortable. Now, do you want to be walking around with a rifle strapped across your chest all day in a grocery store? That's uncomfortable for me. So if that's something that they're going to want to do
that's what I think too. But I think if this person's going to do it, why are they doing that? You know what I'm saying? Are they making a statement that is not going to be good? That's just my opinion.
They just believe in their rights. And some are proud carrying individuals, U.S. citizens, and they want to carry their firearms. So we cannot argue against that. We cannot fight against that. That's their right to carry a firearm.
So what about like when you go to a school event then? Because it's still not allowed?
It's still not allowed. There are still some restrictions as for an area that you cannot bring a firearm.
No matter
what.
what.
Those are black and white, clear as day.
Okay, that's the part that people are really confused about.
And the state law stipulates where those are. I don't have them offhand, but one of the places definitely is a school. You cannot bring a firearm on school property or a school event. School event meaning a football game at a station, at a stadium. You cannot bring a firearm in that event or you will be arrested.
I think for me as an individual, this is my opinion again, I'm going to stay with the rules that I know. Well, no, because I've had it with me and went somewhere and I knew that was a place you were not allowed to carry. So I have left it in my vehicle, locked in my vehicle while I was in that event, just because I felt like I'm not clear enough on the law, and I don't want to put myself in a position so say I did accidentally carry into this place I'm not allowed to. Even though it's open carry and there's that black and white situation, what happens to the individual?
I mean, it is a misdemeanor, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But pretty much they're going to identify, do you know you have a firearm? You need to remove the firearm, take it back to your car.
Right.
I don't think it's going to be and it depends on the agency. Each agency would approach it differently. Would they be very strict or very lenient? That's going to be on the individual agencies that encountering that situation.
I think right now it's really hard for the agencies.
Yeah, I think more so you need to take that back to your car.
Yep, I agree with that.
I actually was carrying one day and I figured, I forgot where I was. I forgot it was on me, actually.
And that's what happened to me, so I'm glad you said that.
Routine to carry it, and I'm used to
right. Well, because that's what you do for a living.
Yeah. So I carry it concealed all the time, everywhere I go, and I forgot it was still on me. When I got to the door, I realized it. I realized it halfway through my walk to the stadium.
Okay.
It was like, oh, my God, I don't feel like walking right back to the car.
Yep, been there, done that.
So when I got to the gate, I approached the deputy. I said, hey, listen, I'm an officer, and I do have my firearm. And I just asked him, can I bring it? He said, no, can't bring it in. Fine. I walked back to my car and put it up. But that's the responsible thing to do. It wasn't that I was intentionally trying. I forgot it was on there, on my hip.
Right.
And but I let them know, and they said no, so I took it back to my car.
And that's the responsible adult thing to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so I feel like right now with this whole new thing, when in doubt, find out.
Yeah. I like this. I like the slogan. When in doubt, find out.
Because it is very confusing right now. I do believe we do have the right to carry. Like I said, I will always renew my conceal if I'm allowed to. And this is another dumb reason why. I'm going to put it out there. I remember one time when we had one of the storms and we all lost electricity around here. And I was in the parking lot in pitch black. Okay. I mean, it was okay, but I was waiting for somebody to come walk me in so we could find out how bad WAPN was at that point. Okay. I drove a black SUV with rims and dark windows, okay? And I'm backed into the parking place waiting for the engineer to come. A police officer came up, and here I had a weapon with me because, again, so I just sat there with my hands where they're supposed to be, waited till he walked up to the window. He tapped on the window, and I looked at him, and he could see me enough, that I could roll down my window because I didn't want to be moving around, especially in the dark car, blah, blah, blah. I rolled down my window. I put him back immediately, and I said hi, and he goes, everything okay? And I go, well, I own that business. We have a problem. I'm waiting for an engineer, but I do have a weapon on me. Mm-hmm. It went really well.
And that's how it's supposed to go.
Right. And it went really well. He goes, well, where is it? I said, I have a concealed permit. If you want to pull it up, whatever you need to do, I can show you right where and I will keep.
Believe it or not, people don't understand how easy those situations go with you carrying a firearm if you let the officer know in advance that you have it. That's just to make him feel more comfortable.
Totally.
Than finding a gun and you didn't say anything about it.
And that's the whole thing. We need to tell the police officer either way now, don't you think? Even with the open carry?
You don't have to with the open carry because it's open carry now. So when we see it, we're just going to ignore it, honestly. That's what I've instructed my officers to do.
So you can just ignore it?
There's no law being violated there.
That must be hard.
So we've already had 2 instances here in the city of Holly Hill where individuals carrying a firearm in open public, and we got calls on it. Obviously, there's nothing. We can go just check and make sure there's nothing going on as far as behavior. Because you can't even
approach him then either, or her.
We can approach them just like we can approach anybody on the street. It's a consensual encounter. I mean, it's just a regular encounter. But if that person does not want to talk to us, he does not, or she does not have to give us any information about, ID or anything. They don't have to do anything because
it's open carry.
There's no law being broken.
So now in our vehicles, we can just have it on one of those little magnetic things like hooked to our car. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I see them on social media.
Yeah, I think they're really...
Yeah, I've never experienced them. I haven't heard anything good or bad about them, so I can't really give my judgmental opinion of it. But, you can have them sitting in your car and very accessible to you. if you would like. Again, if you're getting stopped by the police, you need to let them know immediately upon walking up there that you have a firearm in the vehicle.
See, I think that's always important. I don't agree with the open carry if we can't tell you the truth. If we see a police officer walking up to us, we need to be considerate.
Just let them, if it's something where the firearm may be concealed but very accessible to you, it definitely just let the officer know that you have a firearm in the car. It's not violating their rights. They're not going to ask you for this or that. They just want to know where the firearm is in the car.
And that's totally what he was that day to me.
He just want to know where it's at, and if it's something close by, and depends on how the conversation is going, they'll continue the conversation, or he just may ask you to get out of the car.
And that's what I did. I said, "Would you like me to step out?"
Yeah.
And you can get it.
To separate yourself from the firearm.
Yes, that's what I figured.
At the end of the day, the officer we just want to go home.
And that's totally what I wanted to go home too. No, because things can go ugly.
They can go ugly, and it's not necessarily going to be anyone's fault, but things can go ugly in some of those traffic stops and situations like that.
So is open conceal just what the word says? Like open conceal, we're going to see it.
Well, it's kind of...
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. I think the words don't go together, though, but...
Right, they don't go together, but it's so weird because, like, I have seen it recently, and it made me very uncomfortable. And the funny,
it will,
and I don't know why is it making me uncomfortable?
Because you're not used to seeing it.
But I see yours, I see my grandsons, I see different people.
You see a uniform that represents safety.
Thank you for saying
training,
and that's exactly what I wanted you to say. That's exactly what I wanted you to say.
And that's one of the things that I always had a problem with when I saw someone with a firearm, even concealed.
What training have you had?
What training have you had? Because it's one thing to go to a range and shoot a paper target, put a couple rounds down range, hit the target. Hey, I can aim straight. But it's a whole nother scenario.
I love that you're saying this.
When you have something chaotic happening, people running all over the place, in and out of your line of fire.
They don't stop and wait for you to load and to shoot?
Not.
I mean, that's so weird.
But trying to shoot somebody in the middle of chaos and panic takes a lot of training and discipline.
Yes.
And you don't get that just by shooting at a paper target for 15 minutes.
I agree.
Or 1 hour for 2 months.
Right. I agree. I think we need to have classes. I think that we need to have more classes available, and I think that we need to have levels of classes available. I
mean, and these different things are out there. It's just about the people, feeling that they are comfortable enough to use this firearm. Like I said, you can feel comfortable, but when it gets chaotic, it's a whole nother level that you have never experienced.
Oh, that adrenaline flowing, and your daughter, your child, whatever.
And actually gunshots are coming near you.
Right.
It's a whole nother scenario. And if you have not properly trained or prepared for that, you're going to do more damage than you are trying to do good.
So what do you consider properly trained?
Not firearm going to the range once every 6 months.
So you would say go every month?
I would say go as often as you possibly can to make yourself very familiar with that firearm that you're carrying, and not just in a one way where you're just shooting down range in a very comfortable time.
Right, music not blaring.
Yes.
All those different things that could be happening.
You need to do more of a tactical shooting as well. How you pull your gun out of your holster. Where's your gun located at? You need to train from that position.
Right, I agree.
If you carry a gun on your ankle, then that's how you need to be shooting, training from pulling it from your ankle in a high tense situation. If you carry it on your hip, inside your hip, you need to practice pulling it out of there in a safe manner, in an accurate manner that you can go down range quickly and on your target. And that
I think
you have to do that more often.
Places that you can go to learn that, because when you're learning, it's very comfortable in a classroom setting.
Absolutely.
Where there's all the time in the world to figure it out. And sometimes you don't even figure it out. Somebody helps you figure it out.
Yep.
And then, like you said, there's no pressure.
Now,
there's no...
I normally don't do this, but as far as recommend vendors or businesses, but we in Holly Hill, the police department, we are partnering, or we have partnered with a agency or organization in Orlando called Decision Tactical. They do open up to the public, but they mainly cater to law enforcement. Mm-hmm. And what it is an organization. They purchased a old movie theater, and they've transformed this movie theater into different scenarios.
I love it.
It is an awesome place.
I love it.
And each movie theater room has been set up to be a certain situation. They have a vehicle in there. They have a diner in there.
Wow.
They have a lot of technology advancement that makes you feel like this is the real thing.
And that's important. That's my whole thing, because when you get trained,
you're not shooting real firearms, but you're shooting something very close to that. And it can be pricey depending on how long you want to stay there. But that's the kind of tactical training that I think people definitely need to do in this day and age.
So do I.
Now that we are open carrying, you need to know how to get around movement in a lot of different areas, moving around people, moving around circumstances, moving around physical blockades to get on your target and eliminate the threat. But that is something that we have to partner with, and we're looking to have great things happen out of that. We're going to be sending our officers over there for training.
I love that you do that.
I'm looking at a grant to purchase to use to pay for the overtime and the officers' time going over there to do that training over there.
And I think that's wonderful. I mean, I think that the city should support that, because you never know, and I think you need to put them in some different scenarios, because
Absolutely.
Like I said, I can shoot a gun at that, like you just said, at that target with Shelly taking her sweet little time, and I haven't ever had to shoot it any other time.
Yeah. It's an awesome experience, and I definitely implore people to look into that. It's called Decision Tactical. Also, since we're talking about the open carry situation, talking about training, we are also in the process now applying for a grant with the state for a firearm safety education.
How exciting.
Grant. And what it does allow us to do is to teach firearm safety courses to the residents of the city.
That's wonderful.
Not necessarily have to be the city, but any resident in general.
Right.
But we mainly want to focus on residents here in the city. And what it's going to entail is us actually having an educational forum with sitting down discussing firearm safety. But there's also going to be a practical part to that where you actually get to handle the firearm, load the firearm, shoot the firearm, something that a lot of individuals don't get to do. And I must also say that this is not going to be for those that have already experienced with using their firearms. This is for those that have no idea how to use a gun but would like to use a gun.
See, now, I have an idea how to use it, but I don't feel like I'm confident enough to use it. Do you follow what I'm saying? Because
yes, absolutely. And
I go to these places and basically, here, Shell, how can we help you? And I'm not being mean. I appreciate that they help you, but I don't feel like the education is totally depending on me.
Yeah. And that's what we want to focus on with this particular grant. We're going to focus on educating the individual
How are you going to get the grant?
From A to Z on how to handle this firearm, how to load this firearm, how to store this firearm, how to carry the firearm.
How to clean it.
Even that, too.
Because you know what? That's another thing. I wonder the statistics, and I'm a number person, of people cleaning their gun. That one that's in the chamber you didn't realize.
We've answered several calls last year. Over the radio, you hear the several calls to different cities of shots fired, person shot, accidental cleaning their gun.
Yep.
We heard that several times last year and the year before that. So it happens a lot. And this is the experienced people that are familiar with the guns. They've gotten too comfortable.
Yes. Or that's the first time they're cleaning it.
That too. But a lot of times they've gotten too comfortable and
there
it's
is an
becoming
arrogance,
lackadaisical there. Lackadaisical in the safety aspect. And so you never can be too comfortable around firearms. I check my guns every time I put it on to make sure that if I do have one in the chamber or I don't have one in the chamber, I make sure I know which one it is. Because sometimes I may carry without one in the chamber, depending on where I'm at, versus carrying one in the chamber.
Okay, now why do you want to tell me the difference? I know what the difference is, but should you have one in the chamber?
You're going to get different opinions.
Well, you're chief of police. What do you think?
It depends on how you carry. One of my guns that I carry, I do not have a holster. I carry a clip on my slide, so it sits on my belt inside my pants. So it depends on how your trigger guard is created. You could have if you bump into something.
That would not be a smart one to have one in the chamber.
You can have a accidentally shoot yourself in the leg. We had that happen at Daytona State. Guy nicked the artery when he shot himself. But in other instances, I carry it in a secure holster. I keep one in the chamber at all times. I keep one in my bag when I attend church services. I keep one in the chamber all the time. So it just depends on how you carry and what you feel comfortable with.
And that's part of education, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So when might you get this grant?
We're applying for it now. It just opened up. Actually, I was speaking with our grant writer last week, so hopefully we can apply for it within the next week or so, and hopefully we get a. It'll probably be after December before we know if we got it or not.
But that would be a wonderful thing to do the city, to the individuals here, and just to educate. I hope that we talked about this, I hope that you do women's ones and then men ones, and just because of intimidation.
Yeah.
I think it's important for
we
women.
welcome everybody, and if we need to put on a just all women's class, we don't mind doing that either. We just want to make sure the education is out there and everybody's educated on how to handle their firearms. We will have several certified firearms instructors from the police department that will be putting on this class. So it would definitely be you have to have the knowledge there, the experience of those who can teach you guys what to do and what not to do.
I am excited.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time.
I mean, I think that was a great question. I was intimidated by the question because I have seen it out in public, and I don't know how I like it or not like it yet.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm sure that, like you said, it's all about getting comfortable with seeing it. Because if you've never seen it and then you see it, it's very weird.
Yeah, like I seen a picture a couple of weeks ago, guy standing in McDonald's, and I don't know if it was the McDonald's here in Holly Hill or not. I was trying to look at the background to see.
You're like me. You blow it up and you're trying to figure it out.
But he's standing at the kiosk, and he has his handgun on his hip, but he has a silencer attached to it.
Oh, yeah, that would bother me.
So it's like, why?
Right. And see, I think that's kind of the cockiness of it.
Yeah.
I think that.
I know they're just excited that they can do it
Yes.
now.
Yes.
But it's like, why? Why do you need a silencer?
The person I saw, you know what they had? They had
that?
it, are they called thigh holders? You know how
Drop-down holsters.
Okay.
We call them drop-down.
Okay, well, I call them thigh holders because I'm a girl. But see, I've only seen police officers that have carried those when they have had to surround a building and they've got out of their cars and pulled down their mask and use those. Okay, so I've only seen them in a very tense situation happening. And I was in a store and there's this person with one on his thigh, and I'm thinking, and all as I could think in my mind, because I'm not used to it, is he going to drop down a mask and is something bad about to happen?
Yeah.
Now, that was wrong of me to think that.
Yeah.
Totally wrong of me to think that. I was judging, and I should not have judged. But that's what I feel like people are doing right now. They're confused.
Yeah, it's about getting acclimated to what we're starting to see now.
Right. So we got to hold on till January to know some more information, basically.
Yeah, and we'll get more clarity, especially when it comes to going into commissioner chambers or government buildings, hopefully in this next session.
But it will never, ever, ever be in a school.
Never, ever be in a school.
Okay. And we got to be clear on that, because I think there's some parents that...
schools, police department, courthouses, things like that.
Or hospitals either, I think
Hospitals
it was.
either, yeah.
Yeah.
But for those that still want to look, I encourage you to read the Florida State Statute 790.06, and that gives you all the information as far as location, where you can go, where you can't go, and things of that nature.
I appreciate you so much. It's very educational.
Absolutely.
I love learning from you. Thank you so much. Anything else we need to talk about?
Absolutely. I think that's it right now. I think
we didn't
covered
give any
everything.
stats. Has the city been good this month?
We've been pretty good this month. I didn't have the stats.
Okay. So there's no bad stats.
There's no bad stats, but no bad stats.
Okay, well, last
leave it
month
like
we
that.
had the thing about the fraud that was kind of uplifting, so we want to make sure that it's not upticking right now, the fraud thing.
Yes, correct. They're still steadily coming in like they've always been, and we're just trying to stay on top of them as much as possible.
And I have been in the police department in the front there, and somebody walked in with their iPad, and you guys were very helpful to tell them, please don't touch that. You know, it was an older gentleman. So no, if you're in doubt, it's better to go ask.
Yes.
I know. Well, thank you so much, and we'll be back next month, and hopefully we'll do one more fraud.